Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Christina Rahm. We're a little bit late. I apologize for that. We are without Clayton today, so we may have some other people join us. And I know that we actually changed the day because we were supposed to be doing this yesterday, and we changed it till today. So anyway, I hope that we have some people. If not, we will post this live. Sorry about the sudden change. I had a podcast with Christina Como yesterday with the Purist, which was really exciting. I think the world of Christina, and it was amazing to be able to talk to her again and really be able to have discussions with her around everything. But anyway, I am going to make sure that we posted. I don't think we did that we were doing this. We did. We did. It's just that it's changed from the yesterday when we were supposed to do it. But I hope people from the Root community get on, and I hope people from the Cure the Causes community, as well as the doctor community, get on the call, because we're doing a lot of great stuff right now. We're getting ready to go this week to where are we going? Malta. We're going this weekend to Malta. And in Malta, we're going to do 3 conferences. One is around medical technology. One is around gaming, believe it or not, and how to stay tuned in when you're focused on games, because we are doing some stuff with the gaming community. I have a really good friend, Crystal Archie, whose son's involved in that, and a lot of actually friends of my kids that are involved in a lot of that stuff. So we're excited about that meeting. I think Clayton's doing a podcast there, a panel there, and a discussion at the gaming community. He's super excited because he says he gets to wear his tennis shoes that he loves. And then we do I think Bitcoin blockchain event in Malta, and then a medical technology event. I think the total 3 events together have about 20,000 people. So Patrick Moen, Ted Baker, Clayton, and myself will be going and doing, like I said, talks on stage, doing panel discussions. And I'm doing a book signing, and we're launching some of the stuff with CTC. So excited about CTC, because CTC is the doctor brand that we will be launching that only doctors can have and acquire in their office. And it will be going through the Root community. So the Root ambassadors will be bringing this into doctors' offices. They will have the same formulas as the Root community, but later we will add additional formulas to that brand that is just for doctors. And I'm so excited that the Root ambassadors are going to take a step up and have the Root brand line as well as the CTC line. That's exciting. And I see some of the Root community on here. Gina, Nicole, Birgit, thanks for joining. I know that we keep making changes to the lives from Instagram to YouTube to days and different times. And I explained this earlier. I had another podcast I had to do yesterday, which is why we had to change it at the last minute. But hopefully some of you guys will join, and also hopefully more people will watch it later. But CTC is called CTC Doctor Supplement Company because it's Cure the Causes. It also stands for Clayton, Christina, and Ted, which is kind of interesting. But that brand is being launched, like I said, under the Root community, but will only be able to be purchased by doctors. And it won't be fully available until January. We are going to roll out the registry. I just got off of a phone call with Dory and John Hayden and Brad Mathis and everyone else, where we're trying to really start the registry so the doctors have a registry where they can enroll patients and really look at what's going on. So we're super excited about that. And again, we will do a soft launch on that when we're in Malta next week. And we will be back on the 20th after that trip, and then get to spend Thanksgiving with our families. And then we hit the road again right after Thanksgiving, going into Monaco, then going to Hungary, then going to Dubai, and then to the Netherlands. So we're extremely excited about that trip as well. That will wrap up our year, really. We won't get back from that trip until right before Christmas. And then my family will be going skiing, which I'm super excited about, in Breckenridge. We do that every year. We get to spend time with our family, and it's amazing to be able to do that. Then when we get back, we have a really busy January and February. And just to let the Root community know, we also will be, during that time, we will be launching at Fashion Week with Burberry. in a fundraiser for animals. So you see my pet line. We have a new pet line that will be launched with Root Community called Bill and Coo, COO, and that line will launch in February along with a clothing line. So if I look tired today, it's because I'm working on different formulas for the animal line and working on the clothing line so that the Root Community has another pivot where we're doing a lot of different things to really give back, to really help humanity, and really kind of bridge the gap between the lifestyle brands. We're doing everything now from supplements and nutritional products to skincare to coffee to doctor brands and now animal brands and clothing. So that's an exciting time, busy time for all of us. But it's an opportunity that this community can really step up and really go forward and be involved in multiple areas of really trying to give back and really trying to help people. So anyway, what else should I talk about today? I do want to talk about the fact that we're getting ready to go into the holiday season. And I can tell you guys during this season, I've been extremely busy and it's really hard to work out. And I just want to say this, working out is so important to my health as well as to other people's health. But when you're tired and you don't have a chance to sleep, it's like you have to choose between sleep and working out. And someone asked me the other day in an interview, which was more important. Sleep is one of the most important things in your life. It's like drinking water because if you don't sleep, your body doesn't regenerate. And many of you guys know that I've invented patents around the regeneration space and longevity space of people, looking at how do we reverse aging, how do we really help people all over the world. And when I did those patents and I've continued to work on different patents in that space, the circadian rhythm and the sleep rhythm that people have remains extremely important to the entire process. So basically, no matter what nutraceutical supplements you have, if you're not sleeping right, if you're not drinking enough water, if you're not doing the basics, you still have problems with regeneration because regeneration of the cells really occur predominantly while you're sleeping. And that affects your longevity. It affects what your skin looks like. It affects what your mood is. It affects your body weight and all of that stuff, your pineal gland, your GI, your heart, everything. One of the things I've been extremely worried about just understanding my schedule lately is my inside of my body not getting enough sleep. So I want to make sure that the Root Community, that the Cure the Causes community, that all of these communities that are working together understand how important it is to get sleep during the holidays and do try to work out. Like, so here's the thing for me, if I can get 30 more minutes of sleep, and do I choose that or do I choose working out? And I usually do choose the sleep, but the best thing to do is to get both. So what I've tried to do this week is sleep a little bit more in the mornings and then on the next morning get up and really work out because you really only have to have 3 to 5 days a week of workout. You don't have to do it every single day. Another trick to working out that I've always known and that's been a part of my life is you don't have to do an hour workout. If you can get up, drink water, and just work out for 20 to 30 minutes, that's really good for you, even if you're just walking for 20 minutes, right? But if you get up right away and you do that, you really are setting your body up for success for the rest of the day. And then, of course, I do my Relive Greens and my Give Me Back My Youth. It's just, honestly, for me, it saves me to have those two products. And I don't leave the door without the Zero In and the Clean Slate, of course, and Restore. But that's my morning routine. Extremely important as I've been traveling to do all this because I have to have energy. I have to stay positive. I have to, be able to really be on point. And I know without the products that the Root Community has, I would not be able to do that. And I know that's odd to say because I formulated the products, but I understand that in life we have these miracles, we have these bodies that we have to feed. So whether you're the formulator of the product or an ambassador of the product, we're all equally important because having products that we can really share with others and we can really get out there to others is extremely important as we move forward. I will say this, we will be launching some of the new products. I see that, Birgit, what you're asking, during Black Friday. We also will be doing some surprise products during Black Friday. And then the books, and two of the books I think will be out in December and then early January. And additional products will be coming that will be a surprise for you all. So we weren't expecting to launch this animal line in February, but the opportunity came up for cat, or it's called Walk for Fur Babies, and it's on Studio 7, Runway 7 in New York. We really want the Root community to show up for that. We have tickets that we can give people, and we will be showcasing a Root clothing line, as well as, like I said, the Bill and Coo animal line, which I'm extremely excited about and thankful, really thankful for this community that we have this opportunity and to be able to launch it with Burberry. Regina King needs to be there. She should be on stage with them doing that. I think I have to actually walk on the runway, and I think Tilly's going to walk with me in her Burberry brand, where she also has the Root Bill and Coo brand on with Burberry. So I'm extremely, like I said, excited about this opportunity to really showcase the Root community in this collab with all these amazing organizations giving back to animal shelters, as well as collabing with Burberry and their clothing line. So it's really cool, right, that we have this opportunity to do this. And again, this is a credit to this Root community and to a lot of you guys that are on the call. Let me look at the questions. We don't have Clayton here to make us laugh today, which is one of the things I miss every time he's not on this call, because he's probably the funnest person I've ever met in my life, to be honest. He wakes up that way. And Birgit, he looks extremely cute lately. I was thinking about you the other day. I thought I wish Birgit was here because Birgit's one of Clay's biggest fans, because she's always so sweet to him and he loves her. Can you talk about how, oh yeah, so Clean Slate. I've done a lot of talks about Clean Slate lately. I've done, 4 podcasts this week where I've focused predominantly on Clean Slate and how it really rips apart toxins. Clean Slate was a formula that I worked on for years. Actually, the clinospace, the zeolite space, the silica space is incorporated into nanotechnology, into pharmaceuticals, into biotech and everything. And many of you guys know that's where my background is from. But I kept running into roadblocks where, when I was on the medical, clinical, and research side of some of those companies, we would have these products that I was like, this can save people's lives, but you have to launch things systematically. And sometimes you could have a cure or a possible treatment for something, but you can't launch it because of other factors. And that's just part of life. And it sounds cruel, but it's just part of that industry, because that industry doesn't have the money to launch everything. Through that, I kept looking at the nutraceutical supplement industry and having my own battles with a brain tumor and a spinal tumor and Lyme disease. I chose natural 99% of the time. And so I really threw myself into moving from working on pharmaceuticals and biotech, where I really feel like those companies do some amazing things, do a lot of amazing things for a lot of people, but they don't have all the solutions. And I kept looking at nutraceuticals where we could help everyone all over the world. I understood from years of research and science and clinical data that the problem is our bodies are toxic. There's heavy metals in the land, air, and water. When there's been nuclear wars or Agent Orange or anything that's happened, it remains in our world up to the stratosphere. It affects all of our DNA, and not just now, but generationally. So knowing that, I really wanted to create a line that would help with detoxing the body and cleaning the body, because detox has a bad tone. I understand why Germany and places don't like using it, because a lot of detox treatments are harmful to the body because they take things out, but they're not supporting the body at the same time. And if you take things out of the body and do it in a like nuclear fashion where you're blowing stuff up and it's harmful as it comes out, that's a problem. So my goal was to create a product that could really get rid of the environmental toxins, knowing that these environmental toxins cause 70 to 80% of our autoimmune disorders and illnesses, because they're impacted in our body and they just build up. So Clean Slate for me was something that was extremely important to give to the world, where they could really help clean their body, get rid of some of these things by safely going into the body and helping break apart different things in the body that shouldn't be there and helping them leave. I'm not someone that is against all the different shots. My kids went through different vaccinations and different things as kids, so I'm not someone that's against that. I am someone, however, that understands that that also has heavy metals as the carrier, so we need to clean those out and then support the body. So that was my goal as well. Not planning on what the pandemic was going to or when it was going to occur, but knowing that we're in a perpetual state of crisis in our environment and in our bodies because they're dirty, and wanting just to clean them out. That was the biggest thing for me, is to give people the ability to really clean out the inside of their body, whatever choices they made in life, because some people smoke, some people drink. We all have different lives where we're exposed to these toxins. And some people live in a place where there was a nuclear war, or there was Agent Orange use, or there was a lot of pollution or pesticides, like where I grew up on a farm. So it's important to get rid of those things. And so that was really my motive, is to generationally, from the time a person's born to the time they die, be able to help them and help their bodies be the best it can be. And it was extremely important. And I've said this before, for years, I worked on formulas and never made any money off of them, simply used them for my family. My father had had cancer. I've had cancer. I really wanted to have it for my family. My son, Kreider, had to go through stuff. So that's what was so important to me with Clean Slate. And then Restore was so important because you really have to restore your body. Um, Zero In, I've told this story many times, was important because I saw all these products being made for men. And I was like, wait a minute, when women age, when they go through menopause, when they have children and they're so tired, or let's say they don't have children, but they're working and they're busy, their bodies change, right? And we don't have enough products out there for that. So from my perspective, really being able to support hormones in the body, really being able to support neurotransmission was extremely important. And so Zero In and Restore were really a solution to a lot of those things from my life that I wanted to give others. And then, of course, I talk about this all the time. I've had a lot of GI issues in my life. I was an athlete, so my body sometimes is sore. So Relive Greens and Give Me Back My Youth was an important factor to really help, not only with how I felt on the inside of my body and how I functioned, but also my skin and hair and nails and how I would look. Those two products were extremely important for that. So, not to get on a tangent, but I really did want to go over some of that today, why these products were made, why they're important, who they were for. Initially they were for me, my children, my family, and friends. And then understanding that we needed to give the rest of the world solutions so they could help their family was extremely important. But I would have been nothing without these amazing women and men that I've worked with in the Root community that are ambassadors, that literally are some of my closest friends, and are saving the world with just their knowledge. And it's not just their knowledge in the healthcare space, it's their knowledge and their drive to really help humanity spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I think that's what's so powerful about the community that no one can change. It's really easy in life to give up on things. And the community that I get the privilege of working with, and the women I get the privilege of working with, and the men I have the privilege of working with, are part of this fantastic community that really strives to love, support, and care about others throughout the world. So, anyway, I hope people watch this at some point so that they can understand why the products were made and why Root continues to make different products in different areas to support all of the societies that are out there, whether it's animals or people, whether it's individuals in the sports space or in the humanities space and the art space. It doesn't matter. We're here to really help people all over the world. So just thankful for the opportunity to be able to be a creator and a formulator. And I always say this, I'm not a typical scientist. I didn't even really love science. I had straight A's, I think, in high school. And then when I got Lyme's disease, I lost a lot of my ability with math and science and had to gain it back. It took years. But I had this creative side as well that really led to the formulations of the Root products, because my mother's a classical musician and a classical pianist and cellist. She can play any musical instrument. And that, while I grew up playing a lot of musical instruments, I was like my dad. I also love sports. And so I kind of integrated both. And then I also loved education. I loved reading. I loved understanding. And that led me to a point in my life where I could share my mission, which was to make products to help people all over the world. At the same time, every single person that's on this YouTube listening now or that will listen in the future, they are part of this journey and they are an equal part as me. They just have a different piece to the puzzle in the root community and the Cure the Causes community, where we're all working together for this positive change and this positive impact. And at a time in our world where things aren't that great, it's amazing to be part of a community that we all support each other regardless and despite of our differences and our weaknesses. So I just wanted to say that because people ask me all the time, and I'm doing a lot of reviews, a lot of podcasts, but I really feel like I owe every bit of success that we're given, that we're showing the world, because this is really for the world. We owe this, I owe this to the root community and to the ambassadors of that community. And it wouldn't matter what the name was, right? It's a group of people that we really are trying to help overall all over the world. So anyway, I'm going to cut this short today. I'm going to try to look over really quick so I can answer some of your questions. Yes. So listen, guys, if you can't afford the root products, if you can let someone in your upline know, we do have case studies we're doing. We're trying to collect as many as possible. So please let us know if you guys know someone that needs help actually purchasing the products, because that is something that we do give back to. We have what's called the Rahm Foundation, and the Rahm Foundation has been going on for years. I actually started that when my son was, I think Duquesne was 5 when I started that. And now we have all kinds of things we do to give back with lots of philanthropies like the European Women's Association, UN Women for Peace, Treasured, Chorus Kids. Trying to think, we do a lot. Tennessee Voices, we're getting ready to do that. We're doing some stuff with the Sherry Blair Foundation. With her husband was the prime minister, so we're doing some stuff with them. We're just trying to give back in as many areas as possible. But any of you guys that know me know that health and wellness are extremely important to me. So I always want to know if there's someone in need of our products so that we can assist in as many ways as possible. We do give out products when people need them. We just have to understand what the need is, and then we have to approve it. So anyway, I hope everyone has an amazing rest of the week and an amazing weekend. I actually probably look a little bit tired because I'm finally sleeping, but I want to say again, thank you to all of you guys. I'm very thankful to be part of this amazing group of women and men that are doing these things all over the world. So thanks, guys. I will see everyone hopefully very, very soon. And hopefully when we're traveling, a lot of you guys can come to the different areas so I can hug you in person. Bye-bye.